Today's best NBA bets coming right at you. You're in the jungle, Jack. Let's go. Off the tip, it's our best bet for the show, our daily sizzler, and it's the New York Knicks minus 7.5 at home against Portland. After a rough patch, the Knicks are in good current form now. They've won and covered the spread in 4 straight games, and they've covered this number of minus 7.5 in 3 of their last 4. New York has a point differential of plus 63 over their last 7 games, which is second best in the NBA. The Knicks are 67% at home this season against the spread and 62% at home against this number of minus 7.5. Portland's not in good current form. They've lost 3 straight games, and this is their 3rd consecutive road game on the East Coast. And the Blazers have not traveled well east against teams that are considered Eastern teams. They're 3-8 straight up this year. New York, minus 7.5 is today's daily sizzler. And if you're looking for my best overall bet of the day, that's my premium play. It's called my $5 favorite. You can get it. The link's in the comments section. And for just $5, it gets text right to your phone. The Lakers, minus 8.5 in our nation's capital, taking on the Wizards. The over-under, 229.5. Luka is questionable. Wizards on a back-to-back, but they're young. They can handle it, and I like Washington in this spot with the points. The Lakers have struggled to cover big numbers this season, big spreads. They're just 20% against this number of minus 8.5 over their last 20 games and just 2-7 in their last 9 in covering this number. Take the points with the Wizards and consider Keyshawn George of Washington over 22.5 points plus assists. He's over this in 4 of his last 5 games with a median of 24 per game. Memphis plus 2.5 at New Orleans, over under 234.5. Both these teams are bad, but what's funny is they've both beaten San Antonio straight up in the last 2 weeks. Memphis is the better team than New Orleans. They have more road wins than the Pelicans do home wins, and the Pelicans have the worst record in the association. Memphis scores more and is considerably better defensively. They're 19th in points per game allowed, where the Pelicans are 28th, 3rd worst. There's also an edge inside for the Grizzlies. The Pelicans just 27th defensively in paint points allowed, and Memphis is decent in second chance points, 16th in the NBA. I would take the 2.5 for the Grizzlies, and I consider Cam Spencer over 8.5 assists. Without Ja Morant in the lineup, Spencer's had double-digit assists in 4 of his last 5 games with a median of 11. Sacramento plus 11.5 at Boston, over under 221.5. Jaylen Brown is doubtful for the C's. I don't think he's going to play. Sacramento's tough to back in the underdog role, just 2-5 last 7 games against the spread when lined as a dog, and they're in bad current form. They've lost 7 straight games and have a point differential in that time of minus 79. Boston, for comparison, plus 38 point differential over that time. 11.5 is a big number, but I'd lay it with the Celtics at home, and I like Peyton Pritchard of Boston over 32.5 points, rebounds, and assists. The kids call it PRA. He's over this in all 3 games this season without Jaylen Brown, with a median of 35 per game, playing 37 minutes. And point guards cook against the Kings. Sacramento's ranked 22nd in points allowed to the position, 23rd in rebounds allowed, and 24th in assists allowed. Hey guys, when you bet, you should price shop for the best price. If you don't, you're leaving money on the table. Mybookie.ag is a sponsor of the show, and they're legal in all 50 states. They have a deal for jungle viewers. Go to mybookie.ag, open up a new account using promo code SILVERBACK. And if your first bet doesn't hit, it's refunded up to $500. Don't use them for every bet. Just give them a chance to give you the best price on every bet that you take. Toronto plus 1.5 at Orlando, over under 220.5. This should be a really good game. Toronto is 3.5 games ahead of the Magic in the standings, but they have almost an identical point differential on the season. Now, these 2 teams played once this year in Toronto. The Raptors won 107-106 as a 1.5 point underdog. And they've beaten the Magic straight up their last 4 meetings dating back to last season. Some teams just have other teams' numbers. Toronto's also covered the spread in 5 of their last 6 road games. Although the season statistics are similar, Orlando not in good current form. They've lost 3 of their last 4 home games, and over their last 7 games have a point differential of minus 48. I take the 1.5 with the Raptors in a close game, and I would look at Colin Murray-Boyles of Toronto over 17.5 points, rebounds, and assists. He's over this line in 7 of his last 10 games with a median of 22.5 per. Cleveland minus 4.5 at Phoenix over under 221.5. Phoenix on a back-to-back and still without Devin Booker. They beat Detroit yesterday, but still just 2-3 against the spread in their last 5 without Book. Cleveland comes in great current form. They've won and covered the number. They've covered this number of minus 4.5 in 5 straight games and have a point differential of plus 42 in their last 7. I think Phoenix is going to have a hard time keeping up with the Cavs' offense tonight. I would lay the 4.5 with Cleveland, and I consider Donovan Mitchell over 31.5 points. He has a median of 33 over his last 5 games. He's taken 25 shots a game in that time. Clippers minus 6.5 at Denver. The over-under is 209.5. Denver hasn't been lined properly without Joker. They're 62% against the spread without him and 75% against this number without him of plus 6.5. The Clippers have not covered big spreads on the road, just 21% against this number of minus 6.5. I would take the points with the Nuggets here and consider Bruce Brown, old man Bruce, over 10.5 points plus rebounds. He's over this number in 70% of games this season without Aaron Gordon in the lineup. Brooklyn plus 2.5 at Utah. The over-under 227.5. Pardon me. Very contrasting styles here. Brooklyn likes to play slow tempo. They're 27th in pace. Utah pushes the pace. They're 3rd in the NBA in pace factor. Both these teams are in terrible form. The Nets have a league worst point differential their last 7 games of minus 134, and Utah is second worst at minus 102. The Nets have also lost 9 of their last 10 games and haven't covered this number of plus 2.5 in any of those losses. I'd have to go with the home team here. Cautiously, I would lay 2.5 with the Jazz, and I'd consider Jusuf Nurkic of Utah over 23.5 points and rebounds. He's over this in 7 of his last 10 games with a median of 28 per game. Hey, if you're looking for my favorite bets of the day, my best bets, you can get those and get my exact betting card by becoming a Jungle member at silverbackjungle.com or texting free trial to the number on your screen, and my full betting card gets sent to your phone every single morning. We have a free weekly trial. Take it for a test spin and see if it's for you. Last game on the board today, Detroit plus 1.5 at Golden State, over under 224.5. I'm on the Pistons here. They lost last night, but they're 15-7 straight up on the road this season, and they've only lost back-to-back road games once the entire season. I would take the 1.5 with Detroit, and I would take Cade Cunningham over 22.5 points. This is going to be a tight game, and games like this are where Cunningham tends to take over offensively. Detroit plus the 1.5, and Cade Cunningham over 22.5 points. Put your favorite NBA plays in the comment section. I'll read them and reply politely. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time with a little more money in your pocket.